Guys, I'm back. Probably too soon, but tonight, Regal and a lot of other theaters hold mystery movie nights sometimes, and we got blessed with a supposed summer blockbuster. So this review, following my first video, which was a glaring, glowing review of the best film of the year, arguably, is now going to be possibly depressing and disappointing to whoever watches this because the film I got to see tonight was none other than the horrible and dead franchise that is trying to rebirth and be resurrected in Jurassic Park, aka Jurassic World. Jurassic World Rebirth is what it's called, and the best part of this movie, arguably, was one, the theater's packed. People seemed to know it was going to be Jurassic World, and two, the way this screening was operated was different than movie theaters I've been recently, and it was fucking awesome to see. Like before the showing started, in the projectionist room, the manager of the theater just reached over the window and said, "Hey, this is a big screening. Who's ever is recording or using their phone during this showing will be thrown out." In the whole movie, there was a Regal member the whole time just making sure no one was on their phone. I think personally we need to do that for every film. The amount of phones being used during movies right now is so distracting, but literally that was the best part of the film, instilling order in the movie theater for once. Anyways, I can't say I'm disappointed with this movie because I know exactly what this franchise is and what it's going to be giving us until it stops making movies. The only reason I had any sort of hope for this film, I can't even call it a film. Well, maybe sometime later in my channel growth, I'll discuss the difference between films and movies, but this is a movie. This is a cash grab. That's all this franchise is at this point. It's super obvious, super frustrating. Coming away from this movie, and I had it after I saw Jurassic World Dominion, which was horrible. Just a horrible. I'd give it a negative score if I could. This horrible movie. And this is just the worst ongoing franchise in 2025. And yes, I know Fast and Furious is a thing. Fast and Furious is horrible, but guess what? It knows it's horrible. So this movie, doesn't know it's a horrible franchise yet. And going to this movie, kind of knowing it was going to be tonight, my hope was one, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, she's been in Marvel movies. Yeah, she played Black Widow, but she is a great actress. She's a great performer. Mahershala Ali, someone I've been trying to see in more movies recently, is in Jurassic World. So I'm like, okay, Dominion was horrible. This is the rebirth. Mahershala Ali, Scarlett Johansson. It could be serviceable. Not only is it not serviceable, it's one of the worst movies of the year. Now, when I say it's one of the worst movies of the year, it truly is, in my opinion. Obviously, film is different and everyone has different opinions, but it truly felt like that while I'm watching it. This movie has no. Not only does it not have a soul, but it's completely lackluster. Jurassic Park, the first film in this franchise, one of my favorite films of all time, a lot of other moviegoers' favorite films of all time, is legitimately one of the perfect films to ever come out in American cinema. And this franchise truly should have just been one film. You can argue and know why they made a second film because of the book, and you can argue why they made a third film because it was a massive hit. And it's still a massive hit, to be fair, but this film and this franchise is just. There's never been a good sequel to the original Jurassic Park. The only serviceable and good sorta sequel to this film was the second film, directed by Steven Spielberg. And it's because it was Steven Spielberg at the end, and then Julianne Moore and Vince Vaughn and Jeff Goldblum. Like, it was just something there. This Jurassic World Rebirth has nothing, nothing. I compare Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson's a great actress, as I said previously. Great actress. I have to compare this to sports in some way. I'm wearing a Bills jersey, by the way. Go Bills. If I assume everyone watching this video has watched sports in some capacity. I compare what Scarlett Johansson does in this film to playing down to your opponent or playing down to the team you've been traded to. It's like, I don't know how to put it. It's like, it's just, this is probably the most uninspired and not good performance I've seen from Scarlett Johansson in some time. And she was in an Avengers Endgame and Black Widow, which is not good. At least there was some bit of soul there. This is just nothing. And I think she knows what she's in is nothing. And Mahershala Ali, he is one of the greatest actors of this past decade plus. Hasn't been in a lot of movies. He's been stuck in that Blade wormhole. And he is kind of giving a nothing role. Like, there's no substance to him. Some of the best parts of this movie are due to him, but there's nothing really blowing you away. And I don't blame either of these two actors. I blame the director and the franchise and what was given to them as substance matter. The plot of this film, simple. And it's similar to a lot of other Jurassic Park movies. Like, yeah, it might not have been the same exact plot as some of the other Jurassic Park movies, but guess what? It feels the same. Nothing in this franchise has felt different or unique or even creative since the first movie. Just nothing. All the logic in a movie about dinosaurs was removed after the first film. Nothing makes sense. Nothing just works after the first film. And this film's plot is Scarlett Johansson, and I forget his name at the moment, some faceless, big up corporate man, wants to go to an island where specific dinosaurs were originally bred and mutated at a point in time, and they want to get their blood to make medicine in the real world so they could profit off of it. Jonathan Bailey plays this guy who kind of runs the New York Natural History Museum. He's struggling because no one's coming to the museum anymore, and this is what he's worked all his life to. So Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey and this bigger up CEO-ish type figure. The thing about this movie, it's extremely forgettable. I just saw this no less than 4 hours ago, and I'm starting to forget it. It's one of those movies. We're going to learn this as we go on. It's one of those movies. Anyway, they meet up with Mahershala Ali. He's touted as the guy who can get you out of the place you don't want to go. And that's why he comes along. He has three other people he brings with him. All of them die. Sorry for spoilers. This movie is just not warrant of any spoiler alert because, honestly, I wouldn't suggest this. Especially if you're a big admirer of the first film. Like, I can't even imagine. I know Spielberg produced this. Don't think he watched it. And if he watched it, he forgot about it the next day just like I'm about to. Anyway, then we're also introduced to a family, which I didn't think needed to be included. Like, the plot was pretty simple, and I was okay before the film, and as I met Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson's characters through the film, I was like, okay, let's follow them on this journey. I want to watch Mahershala Ali act. I want to see Scarlett Johansson perform. Let's follow them. But no, we're introduced to this family, and somehow they're the best part of this movie. And I don't think they're very good at all, but they're the best part of it. Like, they elicited a lot of laughter from the crowd, and not from me. I didn't laugh once during this movie, but they did. And we're introduced to this family, and their boat capsized because they ran into some dinosaur figure in the ocean, and then it capsized their boat, and then Mahershala Ali takes his boat to rescue them, and blah, 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 blah. And the biggest criticism of the Jurassic World franchise is they don't take any risks, and they're afraid to take the next step. Like, every important quote-unquote character in this film, besides one, which is the bad CEO guy, no one dies. Everyone who dies is a non-character in this movie. There's no real blood. There's no real fear. There's no intensity. Like, I remember watching the first Jurassic Park film, and it's a film made a long time ago now, and there's a sense of intensity. There's a sense of charisma amongst the characters. There's a great character foundation for every character, and it's scary, and it's entertaining, and it's awe-inspiring, and it's incredibly creative and unique. Like, I remember when the most famous scene in Jurassic Park is when Richard Attenborough is telling them to look and see all these dinosaurs, and it's like a 2 to 5 minute shot of these dinosaurs just in their habitat, and it's beautiful. It's awe-inspiring, especially if you watch it now on a rewatch on the first watch. Like, it's awe inspiring. Nothing about these Jurassic Park films after that has any sort of magic close to that, and it's embarrassing and it's shameful. Like, the next step that this Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise has to take, because they're gonna make money. Even though this film shouldn't make money, it is going to make money, because at the end of the day, a lot of casual film fans or casual movie fans will go see this movie and have a great time. Sadly, I have no life and I watch endless amount of movies and films and I have good taste. But a lot of people in America don't, and they're okay sitting through some soulless piece of garbage cash grab what this movie is. And listen, I am not a filmmaker yet. But I know filmmaking is hard, and I know creating a script creating a script in an already well built IP is extremely hard, because you might not have all creative control over it. But god damn it, can you make something in this franchise that's fun? Because I'm a sick fuck where I love the first Jurassic Park film so much that I am devoted to go see every film after it, because maybe the next film that's made has magic, but none of them do. I should stop myself. I should have learned after Jurassic World Dominion. I should have learned after the Jurassic World start. Chris Pratt, really good in Parks and Rec. A faceless actor. Faceless. Almost AI type acting. I'm sorry. I love Chris Pratt. Kinda like really good comedically in shows and sometimes in interviews. Just faceless acting. And it's just a major disappointment. Like, I can't tell you one memorable thing from this movie. The dialogue is horrible. I mean, there's so many lines where I saw my mom and dad. My mom's a huge Jurassic Park fan. And I'm looking over to my mom and I'm like, what the fuck was just said? Like, usually when I'm writing letterbox reviews or I'm watching a film or a movie, there's a couple lines of dialogue that stick out to me. And like, hey, like, that's great writing. Hey, that's really memorable. And that's something that I'm going to like pop up in my head in days after I watch the film. But this has none of that. It's just like the action isn't good. The chase scenes with the T-Rexes and the mutant T-Rexes are just not good. You know none of the important characters are gonna die. You know you're not gonna see anything worth of note graphically. It's just a CGI cash grab mess that truly sucks, because a lot of Monday mystery movies for Regal aren't that great, but recently we've gotten some good ones, at least entertaining ones, like Life of Chuck, which came out this year. I didn't like at all, but at least it had something substance worthy. This has nothing substance worthy. Like, they have to make a rated R dinosaur. They have to make a rated R Jurassic Park film. They gotta make a horror version of this, because there's some excellence in there. There's some brilliance you can see in there. If we're gonna keep hashing out these PG-13 ones with faceless performances and faceless actors and redundant storylines, then we're gonna get nowhere. But they're gonna still keep making money. So right now, I'm calling out to everybody to fucking not go see this movie and not support it. But of course, I'm kidding. Go see it. Earn your own opinion about the movie. But I'm telling you, it's just not a good time, man. It's just not. Like, if the movies aren't going to be good in this franchise or a franchise similar, I at least want to have a good time. Jurassic Park is quite kind of similar to like Star Wars in a way. Like, Star Wars at least has two masterpieces. I can argue three, but that's something on a different day. Masterpieces. Like, this just has one perfect film and all the other are extremely forgettable. Yeah, I mean, here's my rating for the film. On Letterboxd, I gave it 1.5 out of 5. And if I had to equate it to 100 out of 100 score, maybe like a 30 or 40 out of 100. I gotta narrow down these 100 out of 100 ratings. But I'm telling you guys, I'm glad I got to see it on the Mystery Monday, because honestly, I think I would have been more angry, because as the weeks went on, I would have built up more anticipation for some reason, and I would have watched the first Jurassic Park, and I would have been like, okay, maybe this one's going to be good. And I didn't have the time to do that, because I didn't know for certain it was going to be shown today. And my God, it stinks. It stinks. Boo! That's why I fucking wanted to yell during the screen. And also, so many people were getting up during the showing of this movie. I almost lost my mind. I almost lost my mind. I'm losing my mind right now as I'm rewatching this movie in my head. Nothing of note, nothing unique, nothing creative, and most importantly with movies like this, nothing fun. Alright, I'm probably going to see you guys this Friday night, maybe Thursday night, because I'm a sick puppy and I like to go see movies early. F1 review. And also, the next video I think you might see is I think I'm gonna do something on this channel called Revisiting of Classics, and the classics in question are classics that I consider classics. And recently, it was one of my favorite directors' birthdays, and it was recently one of his anniversaries for one of his greatest films of all time, The Apartment, which I think is a top film ever made, and probably the greatest Oscar winner of all time for Best Picture. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully some of you watch this. Hopefully some of you listen. And hopefully when you guys see this movie, hopefully some of you agree. Have a good one.